So, Modern Warfare 2 has been out for about a week now, and honestly, I'm having a lot of fun with it, but dear God, is this game unfinished. I really wish developers would stop doing these soft launches where they launch the game barely any features in it, just so that way they can add more features and content that they held back from launch and say, hey, look at all the stuff we're adding. I really don't like that trend, but it seems this game has fallen victim to that exact same trend, and there's a lot of missing content. Stuff that I'm actually surprised is missing. I mean, there's some content in this game, well, actually content that's not in this game, that was shown off before launch. There's stuff we've already played, there's stuff we've used, stuff in campaigns, stuff with data mined. There's a lot of things, so let's kind of go through it piece by piece here, and let's talk about all the stuff missing from this game that I speculate could possibly be added in Season 1. So the first thing is honestly the weirdest one. There is a map in this game, the museum map. It was in the beta, and it honestly wasn't like the best map or anything, but it was fun. It had its moments, you know, it was good for, you know, certain game modes, and it was very visually pleasing, but it seems to be going through some trouble. I mean, it was even having some problems in the beta. They had to remove it, then they added it back in later. It was a weird situation, but that map that was in the beta is not in this game at launch. We know it is not one of the Season 1 DLC maps because both of the Season 1 DLC maps are going to be map remakes from classic Call of Duty games, probably most likely being both remakes from Modern Warfare 2 Classic. However, we do know this map is supposed to be in the game, so where is it? I have no idea, but there is actually quite a bit of trouble involving the maps in this game. The hotel map is under fire as well. The owners of the hotel in real life the map is based off of are not very happy with their map being portrayed as a place of, you know, of combat, a battleground for a video game. So I know they are contemplating their options. We might have to see some, you know, upcoming drama involving the hotel map, but maybe something similar happened to the museum map. At this point, we don't really know, but it is not in the game, and we have no confirmation as to what happened or why it is missing. In addition to that, we do have 4 different weapons that are missing. These weapons were all featured within the campaign, were data mined before the game came out, and have been seen in various marketing materials. We have the Chimera assault rifle, that is the Honey Badger from Ghosts. Kind of fitting that that's going to be in this game, considering we have both the Lynx and the SIG P220. That is interesting, to say the least. Very, very, very fitting. We have a nice reunion. We can finally build our Ghosts reunion class. In addition to the Chimera, we do also have the BAS-P and the M13B. The BAS-P is a submachine gun, the MPX in real life, and of course the M13 being the, you know, the SIG MCX, which I'm hoping we can convert into the M5, the current military service rifle that just kind of came out. So I'm hoping they'll let us convert it into that, because it does stem from that same SIG platform. I'd love to see that gun come back. The other remaining missing primary is actually the Victus XMR. This one's a little weird because it actually is kind of in the game. So the MCR whatever 300 sniper rifle in this game is sometimes labeled incorrectly as the Victus XMR. It's labeled that way in campaign, it's labeled that way in Spec Ops, and I guess some blueprints of it or some variants you can make of it label it that way in multiplayer as well. I've run into this a few times where I'm running over a guy who's sniping and it shows that he's using the Victus XMR, but that is definitely not the gun he's using. It also shows up in certain challenge menus, like certain attachment unlock requirements say to level up the Victus XMR, but it is clearly not in the game. There's actually a lot of problems being caused by these weapons not being in the game. For example, there are attachments that you cannot earn yet. My speculative theory is that these are attachments linked to one of these 4 weapons, You'll notice if you scroll through like the optics, for example, there's some optics in there that just straight up cannot be unlocked. So I'm assuming that they're just being shown off in the attachments menu, but will be fully unlocked once those weapons get added to the game. Because we do know that camos and attachments are weapon specific in this game, which means when DLC guns are added, we are getting new camos and potentially new attachments as well, which is actually pretty exciting. But I do wish that didn't mean that they had to hold, certain attachments and things like that just, for Season 1. I guess it makes sense that they'd have to do that because Season 1 is coming out 20 days after game launch, so it's not like there's a lot of time to make a lot of content. So of course they were going to hold back content that was already ready. But again, I do not like that soft launch, trend that's been going on where you hold off, features from the game in order to just release them later. It's very annoying, and it's even more annoying considering the fact they removed the entire challenge system. Yes, they did mention this in a blog post before launch, that there is challenges in this game. There are, there's a complete set of 100%er challenges, just like previous Call of Duty games, and that's just not here. I do believe that is being added in Season 1, or at least sometime after launch as well. Another thing that is missing as well is a leaderboard or combat record of any kind. Those were also briefly mentioned, but I do not believe that is coming until potentially Season 1. So just another basic feature to look forward to be added in the future. I mean, there's other things we could speculate on that aren't here, like, for example, map voting. We could say, hey, maybe that's coming in the future season, but those are slightly less confirmed. Those are just more speculation, but that is one of them as well. Another feature that has been removed from launch is prestiging. So they did briefly talk about prestiging coming as a seasonal thing. They have not given us much details on how prestiging works, but as of right now, in this pre-season launch window, we can only hit level 55. No prestiging, no going higher than that, just 55, and then you're done, which is very disappointing. Previous seasonal prestiging games, such as Cold War and Vanguard, did let us go higher than that. They launched the game with at least a couple prestiges, because I hit 55 pretty quick, and I'm obviously going for Orion, but I'm very discouraged because my XP is just going nowhere. Obviously I can level up my guns and stuff, but I don't know. I feel like my XP is going into a big pit, and I feel like launch is when you're gonna have the most amount of players. So you don't want the most amount of features, most amount of content at launch for people to just kind of sink their teeth into. So I don't know what their thought process is on this, but yeah, launching the game in this weird state. We have no calling cards, no emblems to unlock, no challenges to do whatsoever, no leveling. It's a very strange launch. And a lot of the stuff that I've been talking about, confirmed for the game for sure, but not even confirmed for Season 1. Like, we could literally just not see the M13 until like Season 2, Season 3. We have no idea how many weapons are coming in Season 1. We have no idea what the situation is. Infinity Ward is just kind of keeping us in the dark, and that is another thing that I do not like about Infinity Ward, is that they really do not like communicating. They are big fans of just keeping their player base in the dark. So hopefully we see something on these things soon. I am having a lot of fun with this game, honestly. I do think it's good bones, right? But bones only go so far, and as you'll see from my various complaints about Halo Infinite, clearly you can't just launch a game on bones, right? You need content, you need feature sets, and this game I know will have that. It's baffling that it launched without them, so hopefully they come soon. I can't wait to see what Season 1 is. I mean, we literally know nothing about Season 1 other than that we're getting 2 new maps, one in November at the season start, and one in December, and that they're both going to be classic maps, so they're going to be map remakes. That's literally all we know about Season 1, so I do hope they tell us soon what's going on. But until then, yeah, we've got all these missing features, and I don't know how to feel about it, really. But let me know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think we're going to be seeing these features come in pretty soon? Do you think we're going to see maybe a little bit more disappointment than we thought? I mean, let me know what you guys think down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Yeah, that's pretty much it. See ya.